News reporter Bill Zimmer has been looking through reviews and interviews to find out exactly what's inside this book.
Yeah, well, first of all, let me say, Sarah Sanders, I just had a chance to watch the full White House press briefing from today. You thought those tweets were bad? She went off on this book and James Comey and his credibility and the media for even covering this. But not many people come out looking too rosy in this book. Comey's clear focus is on the president himself, detailing his first impressions of Trump, writing, his face appeared slightly orange with bright white half moons under his eyes, where I assumed he placed small tanning goggles, and impressively coiffed his bright blonde hair, which upon close inspection looked to be all his. As he extended his hand, I made a mental note to check its size. It was smaller than mine, but did not seem unusually so. But, you know, it's not just the Trump administration or President Trump himself on the other end of this unflattering book. Comey also with plenty to say about others in Washington, including those on the other side of the aisle with the Obama administration. He called Obama's Attorney General Loretta Lynch tortured about how to deal with the Hillary Clinton email investigation, detailing how he was blasted by Senate Democrats on the handling of the Clinton probe and asked to call it a matter, not an investigation. Comey also shares some personal moments about how he felt throughout this whole situation, writing about a moment when he says President Obama told him, "I picked you to be the FBI director because of your integrity and your ability. I want you to know that nothing has happened in the last year to change my view." Comey writes he was on the verge of tears and responded to the president, "I was just trying to do the right thing."
So we wanted to know what you think about Comey's book and the details inside of it. 10 News reporter Bianca Grillo went to Tampa to find out.
I wanted to get your opinion on former FBI Director James Comey's book, so I printed out a couple excerpts from the book and came to downtown Tampa to find out what you think.
This president is unethical and untethered to truth and institutional values.
His leadership is transactional, ego-driven, and about personal loyalty.
We are experiencing a dangerous time in our country with a political environment
where basic facts are disputed, fundamental truth is questioned, lying is normalized, and unethical behavior is ignored, excused, or rewarded.
That's what former FBI Director James Comey said in his book about President Trump. What are your first thoughts on that?
It's sad.
I can see where he gets this from.
He's a little ego-driven, for sure. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
He runs from the truth. He talks in circles a lot.
Do you feel surprised?
No, I'm not surprised at all. This is kind of expected. I mean, it's not like we haven't seen the men's prior dealings before he became president, so I guess I was not expecting him to change when he actually became president.
Do you think we're in a dangerous time in our country under this current administration?
There are some things I agree and some things I don't agree. As far as him doing a good job, heck yeah, I think he's doing a good job. I think they ought to give him a chance to do and just back off. Everything he does, they're on him.
Now, aside from what the book says and how people actually feel about it, Carolina Lead, you've been taking a look at what James Comey's firing has to do with this ongoing special counsel investigation into the Trump campaign and into Russia.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. And Allison, of course, his firing really set the whole thing into motion. It all began less than a year ago. Comey was fired on May 9th, 2017. When it first happened, the reason given was because of how he handled the Clinton email investigation. But we learned a lot more in the days after that. The president cited that Russia thing in an interview with NBC about firing Comey. And then a few days after that, a friend of Comey's leaked memos about his private conversations with the president. That includes President Trump asking Comey to let go of the FBI investigation into former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. The next day, Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein appointed Special Counsel Robert Mueller to investigate Trump campaign ties to Russia. And now, Allison, that investigation is looking into whether the president obstructed justice when he fired Comey.
Gosh, it's so complicated. There are so many connections and everything just keeps unfolding with all of this.
You follow that timeline now to see what you think.
All right, Carolina, thanks.